Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at some social media posts that have disturbing backstories. I don't know if this is going to be a creepy video or if it's going to be like a light-hearted one. Anyways, let's get into it.
Walrus attack. Jia Lijun believed he'd made an unusual friend, a walrus at the Shishako Wildlife Park in China.
This is obviously at a wildlife park. You have to be very careful of animals. I'm pretty sure our last video was us reacting to like a family that lives with bears. Why you'd want to be friends with bears or walruses, I don't know.
He documented his trip to the park on WeChat, where he referred to the walrus as so strong, so big. Unfortunately, he made a terrible mistake when he entered the walrus's enclosure.
Okay, so he obviously works there and has like a relationship with the walrus, like he feeds it, works with it. He entered the enclosure. That is just gonna, like, that isn't good. That is how you're gonna get injured. That's like you going into like a gorilla's house. Why in the world would you do that?
Turned his back on the huge animal and attempted to take a selfie. The walrus grabbed him and pulled him into the water.
So basically he tried to take a selfie with a walrus. I mean, it's really sad that like this man's obviously lost his life. But it's like, why would you literally try to take a selfie with a walrus? If there's like a glass screen between you guys, then yeah, that's understandable, like you're safe. But don't go in and take a selfie with it. It's like, I feel like these people genuinely don't think it's gonna happen to them. That's the situation with a lot of things. Whether it's murder, getting caught up in like a really big disaster. You hear about it online, but you never expect it to happen to you until it's actually happened.
According to staff at the zoo, it may have been acting playfully rather than aggressively. But after a struggle, Jia and a zookeeper who tried to help him were both drowned.
Oh god, wait, so two people drowned, or was it just like one in the animal? Maybe the animal was being playful after all. But either way, like somebody did lose their life and it was like an awful accident which could have been prevented.
Hitting the hay. Back in 2013, the supermarket company Tesco sent a tweet to its followers that read, "It's sleepy time, so we're off to hit the hay." This seemingly innocuous statement became unexpectedly popular, receiving hundreds of comments and over 2,000 retweets.
Okay, so Tesco's have tweeted out something in 2013. What about it is disturbing? Does something bad happen? Please don't tell me people go to like hayfields and then like they get like kidnapped.
But not for a positive reason. Only a few days earlier, Tesco had been accused of selling burgers with horse meat in them.
Yep, I remember that scandal. I do remember the Tesco horse meat scandal. I mean, it's quite crazy to think that you think you're eating like, I don't know, like pork or like whatever a burger is, and it turns out it's a horse.
An accusation which, unfortunately, turned out to be true.
How many accusations in this world do you reckon are true? Accusations are made against people all the time. Some of them are fake, but quite a few of them are real. And in this case, the accusation was real.
Tesco's ill-timed reference to hitting the hay caused an uproar on Twitter and prompted an apology by the company spokesperson.
Oh my god, look at Tesco getting cancelled in 2013. I mean, to be fair, yeah, it's probably not good to tweet out after you've had like a horse meat scandal.
Be careful what you retweet.
Oh god, Donald Trump, what have you done? Why have you done this? Oh my god, this is my favorite type of trolling. For God's sake, how did the president fall for this?
In 2014, one Philip Bradbury made a request to U.S. President Donald Trump on Twitter. He wrote, "My parents who passed away always said you were a big inspiration. Can you please retweet for their memory?" He included a picture of a middle-aged couple.
And that middle-aged couple were serial killers, Fred and Rose West. Oh god, oh, come on, like how do they not fall for it? Maybe it's just like English people who know about them, but basically they're English serial killers. I mean, to be fair, someone from the UK could probably fall for like an American serial killer.
Not one to refuse a fan, Trump obligingly retweeted and became the butt of jokes throughout the UK. It turned out that the parents in the photograph were none other than Fred and Rose West, notorious English serial killers who murdered at least 12 people before they were caught in the 1980s.
Yeah, so basically he's just retweeted a serial killer. I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He probably doesn't know who they are. It also happened in 2014. Imagine if he'd done it in like 2020. Oh god, that would be a nightmare.
A sinister marriage announcement. When Charlie Carver's Facebook page announced his marriage to Kayla Brown, his girlfriend, family and friends were more worried than excited. The day before, both Carver and Brown had mysteriously disappeared.
Oh wait, the day before he announced that they're getting married, she disappeared. Nah, it's a bit suspicious. So the day that he tweeted that out, like the family members didn't know where they were. Oh my god, yeah, that is quite freaky. freaky.
And the fact that Brown had left her dog alone and unattended was suspicious. As days passed, several more Facebook posts appeared, some disturbing, such as news stories about the missing couple and violent messages.
Wait a minute, I think I know what's actually going on. I was thinking the husband's kidnapped them and like done something. I've got a feeling both of them have been unalived and kidnapped, and that the person who done it is actually on their phone. That's quite scary, isn't it? Like, I remember I watched like a creepy animation one time, and basically in the end the girl thought she was talking to her friend who was coming over, and it turns out it was actually someone who like robbed her phone. It's creepy because she could have let the man into her house.
Police were able to track the location of Carver's and Brown's cell phones, which had ended up near the property of real estate broker Todd Colehep. There they found Brown tied up in a crate and Carver's body.
Oh my god, wait, I remember this. If I'm correct, they were like in these big metal crates you'd see at like a shipyard. Oh my god, yeah, that's freaky. Oh, so the whole time she was tied up, he was literally on their phone pretending to be them.
Colehep had abducted them both, murdered Carver, and posted the Facebook messages in Carver's name.
Oh my god, there's a hair in my eye, ew. But it's crazy to think that whenever he wasn't alive, someone was literally on his phone. That must be really traumatic for like the wife. Like, she literally got kidnapped and like held, and like her husband lost his life.
Appearing innocent isn't enough. When Alan Ruby posted a picture of himself relaxing in a hotel with college roommates, probably no one who saw it guessed that his parents and sister were dead at home.
Oh my god, don't tell me he's done that and then went and hung out with his friend. Yet again, this is gonna scare me with like hanging out with people. You don't know, someone could have done something so scary and sinister and then like hang out with you like 20 minutes later.
The housekeeper found them the next morning. They had all been shot.
I was with him, just alone in his room, less than 24 hours after he shot his family.
Exactly, like he literally took like his family's life and then he went and hung out with you. Oh my god, oh, I don't like it, that's freaky. Yet again, it's like people are so good at hiding their emotions and what they can do. You know, everyone lies, we all have our own secrets that like we'd never tell or lie about. However, in this case, his secret was much more sinister.
In spite of the post on social media, which might have been an attempt to create an alibi, suspicion fell on Ruby pretty quickly. The young college student was a compulsive and extravagant spender, so desperate for money that he had previously stolen his grandmother's credit card.
And I bet you he took his family's life to try and get insurance. That never works out. Like, I always hear about stories where it's like, oh, like a married couple, the wife will like take her husband's life to get like the money. It's like, you do realize if the police find out your husband's got money and that like he mysteriously disappears, you are going to be a suspect.
As it turned out, Ruby had murdered his 3 family members in cold blood, believing he would then inherit their money.
Yet again, you're not going to do that. Like, that just isn't going to happen. I feel like these people like watch the movies. Like, I'm telling you, cinemas and movies, they're not real. You know, there's investigators out there and they will get to the bottom of the case and they'll find out you're guilty.
Posting while flying. Amritpal Singh was an amateur pilot who liked to post pictures from the air to social media.
And I'm assuming he took this selfie and then the plane crashed 20 minutes later or like 5 seconds later. Why can't people just sit in like the planes and like just like sit there? Why do they always have to walk up and down and try to do stuff like that? I'm telling you, people are literally sacrificing their life for a selfie.
While admiring his lovely photos, friends and family members probably never stopped to think about the possible danger to Singh himself. But sadly, it eventually caught up with him.
Units be advised, the parties at Front Range Airport are on their way over to the plane now. They can see it. It is down in a field at this time.
I think we know how it happened. Obviously, like, they were distracted and then the plane crashed. It is weird to think that, like, if they didn't take this selfie, they would both be alive. One small thing can completely change your life or even end your life.
At the Red Lake in 2017, when travel vlogger Sarah Funk visited the Mitsero Red Lake in Cyprus, she and her partner probably thought the place was creepy enough. A mining company excavated there long ago, then abandoned the site, leaving an acidic crater that fills with red water every winter.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, if I seen like red water, I would not go into it because I'd be thinking it was like blood or rust. I've got a feeling they're gonna find out a body or they're gonna go into the water and get like a disease. Either way, don't go into the water. I low-key do want to go to places like this, but I'm just so scared it's gonna be like radioactive.
Funk posted a video on YouTube of herself at the lake with what appeared to be an old suitcase floating in the water nearby.
And what is going to be in that suitcase? Probably human remains. This genuinely is like something of like a horror movie. You go to like an empty place that's been like abandoned and you find like a suitcase and there's like a body in there. Somebody put that suitcase there, so somebody knows what's in it.
2 years later, a Cypriot army captain confessed to murdering several people, putting their bodies in suitcases and throwing them into the Red Lake.
Okay, so 2 years later, some somebody admitted to it. So like there was literally a body in there. Oh my god, that's like freaky. I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest, if I seen a suitcase like that, I probably would have a look inside. It's like I get really paranoid and I'd be thinking in the back of my head, is something sinister going on here?
So chances are, without realizing it, Funk was near one that day in 2017.
Exactly, she was like super close to a dead body. I mean, the way the world is, you genuinely don't know where one could be. Like there could literally be one under your floorboards. If you've just moved into a house, you don't know what the person in that house before was doing. You could literally be living on top of a victim. Anyways guys, that's some normal social media posts with disturbing backstories. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you're a person, subscribe button, and yes, I'll see you all in my next video.